Hey guys, right, so this week's homework is about spotting a trend. If you haven't noticed, this is recorded. It's also a webinar, so you can come along, get involved, ask any questions you like. And obviously it's recorded for the homework for this week. So, spotting a trend. How do we spot a trend? Now, trends normally happen when prices bounce off support and resistance areas. You know, they can't break it. You imagine the price is shooting up towards the resistance area. It can't break it. Where it's going to go? It's going to go back down and probably bounce off another support area and then carry on going back up and bounce off resistance and so on and so on and so on. And that is why a lot of people always say that the market never forgets. You know, what becomes support becomes resistance. So the best way of spotting a trend, okay, there's two ways of spotting a trend. The first one that I always trade, okay, I've said it from day one, and this is how I trade binary, is looking for M's and W's, you know, which are double tops and double bottoms. Let me just see if this is, yeah, it's recorded. So yeah, double tops and double bottoms. Okay, so what is a double top? What is a double bottom? It's where the price has bounced off a let me try and find you a double top and a double bottom. Okay, and we'll just explain to you how there's a lot here. Trying to find you a double top. Here we go. Here's a double top. Actually, there's a multiple double tops. So this here is your resistance area at the top here. Just here, it's your resistance. Yeah, so this is our resistance area. You can see how the price has reached it, failed to break it, pulled down, went up again, failed to break it, come down, gone back up, and then eventually it's turned. Now that there is the start of a trend. You know, the price has failed to break a resistance area, it's come back down, tried to push up and break it again, failed, and then we go down. And if you zoom out, let me move my chat box here, if you can see, the price comes up, goes down, and then starts going down, trends up, trends down. Okay, and then we can see a nice high low there, and it drops, you know, drops down, pulls back, drops down, pulls back. Now there's two strategies I want to teach you this week. There's two. Okay, the first one, a member in the VIP group back in the day, he came up with it, and it was a 100 and 200 EMA. Okay, and I think I've got it loaded up here, and what he found is the, let me try and find you, like here, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but is that the 100? What's that? 200, 100. Yeah, so the 200 and 100 EMA. What we found was that area in between it was a good opportunity. Hold on a minute, I'm not getting a sound. I'll pause the video 1 minute. It's recorded now. Right, so yeah, what I was going to say, okay, so we would what I use is a thing called a zigzag. Okay, now the zigzag just helps me confirm a double tops and double bottoms, which also M's and W's. And as we were saying in that previous chart, you've got a nice resistance area here. Okay, you see how the price trends up, and all along, okay, we've got trend up, pulls back, trends up, pulls back, trends up, pulls back. And at the top, okay, we have a nice resistance area. Prices failed to break above it, tried to break above it again, failed, and now we're trending down. You see how we trend down now? And that at the top there is at the start of a downtrend. Okay, you'll always find them at the top and bottom of a trend. Okay, and this here is exactly where I would get into a trade. A 5-minute trade, a 15-minute trade pretty much will always win at an M or a W shape. So you see how we come up here, there's our first leg, it pulls back, we got our second leg, and it looks like an M. Can you see that? An M. Okay, there's our second leg with our signal arrow, kind of meets all the rules. RSI touched the 70. Okay, signal arrows appears. I know 9 times out of 10 that would be a winner. 5-minute trade, you can see, would have won that. 15-minute trade would have won that. And that there is at the start of a downtrend. You see we trend up. We had, like, you know, it's a double kiss, it's a double top of a support area. Resistance area. Price comes up, fails to break it, comes down, goes up. How do I check if sound is on? Sound is definitely on, because look, there it is. You see, it's going up here. So anyway, yeah, and then we trend down. If you can't hear the sound, this is recorded, okay, so you can watch it back. Okay, so that there, you can see at this point here, we have a double top. Trends up, there's my double top, there would be my entry. Now we're going into a downtrend. Okay, that is exactly what I trade, and I guarantee when we go to, I'll try and find you a W. Okay, and you will see, look, here's another double top. You see there's another M shape here. Price comes up. You see how it, price comes up, pulls back, pulls up. Got this sort of M shape here. Price drops. Okay, it's a nice M shape. Okay, could have took trade there. 5-minute trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Would have won that. 15-minute trade. Might have. No, 15-minute trade would won that as well. But you can see what I mean. Using this zigzag just will help you guys confirm. Look, here's a W. Okay, W's are all at the top of an uptrend. You will have an M into a downtrend. At the bottom of a downtrend, you'll have a W going into an uptrend. So we can see here now, you see how we go into a downtrend, then we have a nice W shape, which is a double bottom of a support area. Price failed to break it. Signals appeared again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, 15-minute trade there would have been a winner. Okay, you know, and it happens all the time. Look, here's another W. Downtrend. Another double bottom here. See that nice W shape here? You trade the second leg. Again, 5-minute trade. 5-minute trade. 15-minute trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15-minute would have won. Okay, you could count here as well. Double bot, but I wouldn't have traded this one because look at the size of that candlestick down there. They're kind of telling me there's a lot of news happening there, so I would have avoided that. You can count here as a double, and look at this big W here. Okay, that is the start of a trend. Okay, it's good. Okay, all I do, the only indicators I have extra is the zigzag, which is completely free. It's in the it comes free with MT4, and I just change my settings to 6. That's all I do. I think it's 12 standard, but I just change it to 6. It just helps speed it up a bit. Okay, now that is spotting the start and bottom of a trend. But how do you trade, you know, in between when a trend happening? A good thing to do is using moving averages. There's a guy in this group, he posted quite a while ago about a little technique he was using, if I have it here, yeah, with a 100 and 200 EMA. Okay, so you've got here a 100 exponential, and you've got here a 200 exponential. And what we found was that little area, this little area here in between, okay, was a perfect opportunity to get into a trade. Okay, now EMAs and moving averages are very good because they confirm what a trend is. You see how the market is above these EMAs, okay, these moving averages, we're in an uptrend. When the price is, and this is not a very good currency pair because look at that drop. Let me try and find you a good here we go. So yeah, when the market is above the EMA, the moving averages, yeah, it's in an uptrend. Can you see that? When the price, you see how it's above it, when the price starts breaking it now and coming down, we're now in a downtrend. We're now below the moving averages. You see that? But the good thing about moving averages is they can act as support and resistance. They're not, you know, they're not major support and resistance, but they're good to get into a trade. I got it. I had to dial in via vice mode. Okay, now what is a good way to trade this, okay, is you wait for the signal arrow. Here's a perfect one here. You see how we are in, where did that trade go? Okay, we'll carry on with this one. So we see how the price is above that EMA, those moving averages, okay? You see that? The 100, 200, okay? We are above those moving averages. So we're in an uptrend, okay? This is the 1 minute time frame. Now, to get this into an entry, to get us a trade, we need a signal arrow and for the price to go into this area here, okay? Now, you don't really necessarily need to trade the bands at the minute because I'm trying to teach you how to spot a trend, okay? If you're struggling to spot trends with the price lines, okay, this will help you easier, okay? Because if the price is above the moving averages, you're in an uptrend. You know, if the price is below it, in a downtrend, okay? With the buy and sell zones, the price never goes above and below it. It's always in between it. But we see here, we are above it, okay? And we're waiting for the price. Look, here's a perfect opportunity. The price has now entered that zone right there. It's in between, okay, those two moving averages. And you can also say it's in the buy zone, but we don't know because obviously the buy zones will move, you know, over time. We don't know if that was a trade at the time, but right now we can see that it's in between those two moving averages. Okay, so we'll wait for a signal arrow to appear. 30-minute trade wins. Okay, we carry on trading. Okay, probably for the next half an hour. Oh look, perfect again. Another signal. Now this is actually quite a really good one. RSI is kind of oversold as well, and it's right smack bang in the middle of the buy zone, in between the moving averages. Okay, perfect. Signal hours appears. 30-minute trade would have been a close win, but it would have been a win. Can you see that? And then we had this massive, that must have been NFP, and drops. But this helps you spotting a trend. If the market is chopping in and out of these moving averages, the market is not worth trading. Okay, it's too volatile. Okay, you can't trade when the market is going like this. You want to be in a trending market. You see here how we're just going up and down. You know, we're above it, we're below it, we're above it, we're below it. It's not a market you want to be trading. This strategy, you want to be having. Let me try and find. Look, you see here. Look, you see here, right? We had a pull up. We had a massive. That must have been news there. Look at that. Okay, we're now. Look, we can see. At this point here, I wouldn't have gotten to that trade because you don't know what the market's doing. But I can see now, okay, look, we are above that moving averages. And look where the price is, right in the middle of that area. Okay, we get into another trade at that point there. 30-minute trade, wins. And we carry on following it up. It's still above these two moving averages. So we're still in an uptrend. There's nothing telling us at the minute we are going down. You know, we're still above it. We're still above it. Okay, you know, we're still above it, but what we're waiting for is for the price to now come back down. We're waiting for the price to pull back, okay, because the market will always pull back. You know, look, you can see here we've got a strong uptrend, and it hasn't really pulled back yet, okay. But we need for the market to pull back for us to get into a trade to go with the trend. Here we go. It's starting to pull back now. Okay, look, there we go. We're now into that zone. It's there. You could count here as well. Actually, no, I wouldn't. We broke that. No, I don't like that. That was a rubbish attempt. The reason why I didn't like this, okay, is because if the price breaks, okay, if I need a signal arrow, you see here, okay, if a signal arrow popped there, that would have been a perfect opportunity to get into a trade. But if the price breaks both these two moving averages, it goes into a downtrend now, and you can see here we're going below it, okay. It's not, I mean, you can count here. It is a good example. Let me try and find your example. Where was... Bear me, I'm trying to find you a perfect example of like a setup that I would take. But it's the markets, there's a lot of news. What's this? USD JPY. Okay, this is a good example. Okay, and right, we can see, we'll start again. Okay, right, so you see how the market has now closed below them two EMAs. We see how we were chopping in and out. You see how we're going in and out of these moving averages, and then we broke below it. Can you see that there? We broke below it, and we follow the market. Okay, we keep following the market. Okay, we're below it. Okay, you could take that trade. I wouldn't personally, but we carry on going down. Okay, and we can see now we are below that those two moving averages. We're still below it. We're still below it. Okay, there's nothing telling us we're going down. But like before, that was a wrong example. What are we waiting for? The price to pull back into this area to get into a trade. And here it is, right there. There's our entry. The price. Look at the RSI. It's actually a good signal. Actually, RSI is overbought. Price is in that zone. There's our entry right there. We could actually take two trades back to back there. 30-minute trade would have won. Okay. And that there is, and look, you'll find what you ordered with is a nice deep win. Okay, so a nice deep win there. Now, if the price breaks above, because this is our area here that where we want to be taking a trade in between here. Okay, market will be below it and it will pull back into this area, and then we take another trade with the trend. But if the price breaks above there, it normally means it's reversing. Okay, you see here how like it broke above it, and then it normally now goes into an uptrend, which it does. You know, it goes into an uptrend, and that's it. So yeah, what I want you guys to do this week is just use these two strategies, okay, to help you. Now it's going to be a bit different to what you trade with Binary Destroyer, but I want to take it back to basics. How long has this video been going on for? 18 minutes, like I've been talking forever. So yeah, what I want you guys this week is we're going to be trading something a little bit different. I want to help you guys understand what a trending market is. Okay, use these two moving averages. So we've got again, we'll recap it, a 200 exponential and a 100 exponential. Okay, and we add them in. Okay, you don't really, I've got one set up without the Binary Destroyer thingies, and it looked a bit cleaner. You see how we've got a nice signal in between those areas? See that? Price is in between it. It's below, if the price is below the moving averages, we're in a downtrend. Price pulls back, signals appears, wins. See here? This wouldn't be really a trade because it kind of closed above that moving average. You see here, okay, so the price pulls down, telling me it's in a downtrend because it's below the moving average. Price pulls up, signal arrow pops exactly where I want it to, in the middle of... Who's drawing that? How'd you do that? Right, anyway, yeah, so I'll do it now. But you can see there's our signal, okay? 30-minute trade would have won. But you see here, now look at here, you see how the price is broke above it. Okay, that's kind of telling me that we are starting to go into an uptrend, which we do at that point. You know, price broke above it is kind of telling me that we're now starting to go into an uptrend, and we do. Price starts going above it, and now we're in an uptrend. Can you see that? And then we go back, we cross back down and go into a downtrend. So using these, okay, will help you get into a trade. If you look at about Forex as well, you can use this exactly the same with Forex, okay? All you would do is you'd set your stop loss here, okay, and then you'd look to take profit. If it was me trading this example here, right, if I was trading this right here, I would set my stop loss around here, and I'd set my take profit at this level here. You see this is nice little level here with support, bounce, bounce, bounce. Well, I know the price would be getting there, you know, and I would have caught a nice amount of pips down there. What moving average is the red line? It's exactly the same, 100 and 200 EMA. They're exactly the same as this one here. All I've done is deleted the price lines to make it a bit clearer for you guys. But the idea is the price is above the moving averages, it's an uptrend. The price is below it, it's in a downtrend, okay? And this here is our zone where we want to be taking a trade. Like here, we see this nice example here, okay? We're in an uptrend because it's above the moving averages. Price enters this area, signals appears, 30-minute trade, win. Yeah, you know, you can count this one here as well. You see price pulls back into it. And spotting stuff like this will help you spot an uptrend and a pullback, okay? Because technically we're trading a pullback all the way up. I mean, you know, it's trending all the way up, pulls back, and then we're getting into a trend. Okay, and then this over time you'll start to pick this up. You know, and it's good to add it with the binary destroyer, because at this point here, okay, here's a good example with the buy and sell zones as well. You see how the price is in. Let me zoom in. Here, see how the prices are right in the middle of the sell zone. RSI is overbought. And the price was below the moving averages. You count the moving averages as kind of like support and resistance as well. So we've got a major support here, you know, resistance here. We've got the sell zone, okay, we've got a signal arrow. The price is in between these 100 and 200s, okay. The RSI is oversold at the 70. And we know it's a downtrend, okay, and we're rewarded with a nice 30-minute trade. Would have been a nice deep winner. Again, you know, if you're trading Forex, I would just set my stop loss just like a few pips above it, and my take profit I would set it at here, where you can see a kind of support area, bounce, bounce, bounce. So I'd set it here, you know, caught a nice amount of pips. What is, Jamie, what is the price is between the two? What if the price is between the two AMAs?
Is that?
You mean this area? This looks, hold on.
I know, but I don't.
Let me delete these.
I thought you were taking this out.
You mean this area here? That there is where we want to be taking a trade. That's our zone. What a guy in the VIP group found, that adding a 100 and 200 EMA and waiting for a signal arrow to appear in between them, he found that they were pretty much, he found 80 to 90% winners. I never you know, that's just what he was telling me. He does still trade it as well, but you can see here, look, price is in between. Signal arrow appears in between these EMAs. 30-minute trade would have won that close win. But can you see what I mean? It just helps you guys spot it. I'll just show you quickly, okay, about another thing that I was using about my M's and W's. Okay, this is another good thing that I like to use, and it just helps spot the start and bottom of an uptrend. Okay, so to recap as well, this is literally, we'll start from fresh. Okay, would be exactly how I would trade. Let's pick something random. Okay, I don't know, USD. Oh, we got your free meeting ends in 10 minutes. Please upgrade to pay your account at £14 per month. Well, we've got 10 minutes left, guys. So, yeah. So we just load up. Okay, let's load up the normal binary destroyer. What on earth is this pair? Wow. Bad pair. The binary destroyer doesn't like that pair. Right, so we're just going to load up the normal binary destroyer, okay, and I'm going to add in my zigzag, which I like to trade with because it just, for me, it's easier to spot double tops and double bottoms, which, like I said, if you're from the beginning, is what starts a trend. So we'd add the indicator, which would be a zigzag. You'll find it way down at the bottom here. Zigzag. Okay, I like to change it to 6. My colour, I'm going to change it to blue. And we are looking for M's and W's, okay? And you'll see, here's a nice M, a nice W. Like I said before, we are trending down. And then we have a nice, where's that gone? We have a W shape. Forget this news event here, but you can see the W shaped pattern here. You see we've got here, first leg pulls up, second leg shoots off. 5-minute trade, 15-minute trade, pretty much always wins. Okay, we'll just recap this here. What normally happens is we are trending down, we have a support area, price can't break that support, it pulls back, tries another attempt to break it, fails it, makes a nice W-shaped pattern, double bottom, signal arrow appears, 15-minute trade, always wins. Trends down, starts trending up. And then we can kind of see, you can kind of count this M here at the top. See this nice M? Let me draw another shape, because you'll always find M's and W's at top of trends. Price comes up, fails to break support, a resistance, pulls back, tries to break it again, fails, signals appears, makes a nice W-shaped, M-shaped pattern. See that? First leg, pulls back, second leg, there's our M. 5-minute trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 15-minute trade, 13, 15 would have been there. Again, another winner. And now this is the key bit. If you can spot this, you now know we are in a downtrend, because we took that trade, we took that double top, and now we're going down again. And you could then add the 100 and 200. Okay, where was it? There's our double top. Okay, see that double top? So we would have took this trade here. Now what we're waiting for, price to be in the area. There we are there. They're right in the middle of the 100 and 200A, 30-minute trade, wins. Okay, so we've took a trade at the start of this downtrend. We've waited for the pullback to here, got into another trade, and we go down. And that's it really. I mean, you know, I'll leave it there, but you can like, I'll post in the group, you know, the 100, 200 strategy, the zigzag, and then on Wednesday I'll do a live trading of me trading the 100 and 200, and I'll pin it to the top of the group. So yeah, thank you, and bye.